My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. I welcome all of you for today's session of Brahma Sutra. Today, we are discussing about the nature of Brahman, the dual nature of Brahman. So, nature of Brahman, Sutra number 329 to 333, 5 sutras we are going to discuss. It's called Ubhaya Linga Adhikarana. Ubhaya Linga means dual nature. Let us offer our prayers. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. We are in the chapter 3 of Brahma Sutra. It is called spiritual sadhana or spiritual practice, Adhyatma. Chapter 4 we already discussed. It's about liberation or mukti. In chapter 3, section 1 is about the after death, what will happen to an ignorant person. Section 2 is about Atma Dhnana, how to realize the self through Dhnana. So section 3 and 4 is related to Upasana or preparatory groundwork for Dhnana. We are in the section where we are discussing Tattvamasi, you are that. Or Brahman, Tattvamasi, you are that. Now, who is the you? Who is I? So whenever I speak of I can think of I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am husband, I am wife. So many identities come up. They're all transactional identities. They're all for purpose of transaction, Vyavahara. Who is real I? One who does the transaction. Who is beyond this identity is real I. That's called Atma. Atma is there in all transaction, but Atma is not any of the roles which is placed. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm not the husband, I'm not the wife. I am pure consciousness, Atma. That Atma or pure consciousness, my innermost self, it is Brahman. It is Brahman, Atma. Atma is Brahman, we have to realize. Now, Brahman is infinite. The entire world, what we see, the essence of that is Brahman. So, how I can be, how myself, inner self can be Brahman is the question. In the earlier sutras, we discussed Tvam Padartha, Jiva. We said Jiva experiences waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. But Jiva is really nothing but Atma, Jiva Atma. Atma is unattached. The states arise and disappear, but nothing happens to Atma. So Atma is Nirguna, formless. This we discussed in the form of dream state analysis, deep sleep state analysis, and waking state analysis in the last sutras. So now that Nirguna Atma is Brahman, we have to understand the supreme reality. For that Brahman, the Upanishad Veda Brahma Sutra is taking the nature of Brahman. who is Brahman? Because Tattvamasi Vakya, Tvam Padartha you have to understand, means I. Tat Padartha means Brahman I have to understand. Otherwise, without understanding Brahman, Tattvamasi equation will not be understood. Jivatma Paramatma Ekatvam. So, Paramatma to understand, we need to understand. We need to nature of Brahman. So we are coming to Ubaya Linga Adhikaranam. Ubaya Linga Adhikaranam means dual nature of Brahman. So we have heard that Brahman is Saguna and Nirguna. There are always groups. Brahman is God as form and the God has no form. Saguna and Nirguna as per Brahman, always there's a discussion. Is Brahman Saguna or Nirguna? Throughout the scripture, Brahman is described as without qualities. Twofold characteristic of Brahman cannot be twofold characteristic of Brahman, form and formless, cannot be predicted for Brahman based on association. Okay, so now what we are saying here is the scriptures speak of Brahman without form. The essential nature of the universe is without form. At some places, with form is also mentioned, but still we have to say whether Brahman is form or formless. The form or formless nature of Brahman is to be determined by Brahmasutra. So there are different descriptions of Brahman in Brahmasutra. Okay. In some places, Brahman is mentioned based with form. Some places, Brahman is mentioned without form. So then there is two groups of people who will think that Brahman is with form, and those groups think who is without form. Which of this is reality? Form is reality or formless is reality? So the moment you say form, the separation comes into picture. So this form is separate from this form. The moment you say form, there's a separation is reality. The form of mango and form of a lamp is separate. So the moment you say Brahman is separate, has a form, the concept of separation comes into picture. In formless only, there's no separation. So now we have a question. Is Brahman with form or without form? So Vedantins take different approaches to the teaching of Brahman. People who follow Advaita, they say Brahman has form. Because they say, they quote Upanishads, say Brahman has form. Okay. So then they say, I'm separate from Brahman. I have to be separate because Brahman has a form. Right? In form, two things cannot be same. The mango and a cup cannot be same. So that's why I'm separate from God. God is infinite, all powerful. That's called Dvaita, duality. Correct? So then there are some people who say, God has a separate form, but I am connected to God. I'm related to God. Okay. Like a leaf of a tree is related to tree. Tree is big. Brahman is big. Brahman. So leaf is a small. Leaf is small. But still leaf is related to tree only. Leaf cannot be separate from tree. This is called Vishishtadvaita. Then there is Advaita, where we say Brahman is formless. There are no form for Brahman. Okay. So now we have a challenge, because same Upanishad speak of formless Brahman, same Upanishad speak of formless for Brahman. Upanishads are speaking both. Which of this is true? Correct? This is the problem of human mind. Human mind can think either this or this. Our human mind can split. It cannot think simultaneously both. Human mind cannot think either this or that. Human mind cannot think something is small, cannot be big. Something big cannot be small. We always think in duality. In Brahman, opposites coexist. How can they coexist is the question. Right? The question is coming, Brahman is with form or without form, is coming from the human mind. Because if he has a form, he cannot be formless. If he is formless, he cannot be form. We are thinking about either or, but reality is neither nor. It can be true simultaneously both, or it can be false, both simultaneously false. So what is reality? So Chandogya Upanishad 3.114.2 says, from whom all the activities, all desires, and all smells, odors, and all tastes proceed. So Brahman, from Brahman, basically all activities, physical activity, mental activity, intellectual activity, all activities, all odors means perfume, frame, and tastes, basically he's saying all sensations and all activities proceed from Brahman. So if all activities are sensations proceed from Brahman, Brahman should have form. Otherwise, how will it come? That's the question. Chandogya Upanishad says Brahman has attributes. If I have to give a smell, I receive the perfume from, right? I receive the perfume. Mango is very, the sweet odor is there and sweet taste is there. That means mango has the sweet taste and odor. Otherwise, how can it give? So that means Brahman has a form, qualities. One which has no qualities, how it can give some qualities? So that's why Brahman is form. They quote Chandogya Upanishad 3.14.2. So then there are people who quote Brahman Chandogya Upanishad, Brahmasutras Upanishad. Brahman is neither gross, nor subtle, nor minute, nor short, nor long, neither redness, nor moisture. Like all opposite qualities they mention. Chandogya Upanishad mentions. Brahmasutras 3.8.8. All opposite qualities. It says neither. Neither big nor small. Neither long nor short. Neither redness nor moisture. That means attributes of Brahman are denied in Brahmasutras Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad says of the attributes, qualities. Brahmasutras negates. Now, which of this is true? Qualityless Brahman is true, or Brahman with quality is true. If Brahman with quality, if you accept, the duality is true. I am separate from Brahman because a form, one form cannot be same as other form. Two things cannot be simultaneously true. So now the Purva comes and says, you tell me either Brahman is formless or Brahman is form. Okay. Two things cannot be simultaneously true. With form and formless cannot be simultaneously true. How can it be true? Can I have opposite qualities simultaneously? A fire can either be cold and hot simultaneously. Understand? Purva question is very clear. Upanishad is saying Brahman has no quality in one place, Brahman has quality in another place. The opposites cannot be true. So then Purva asks, do you mean to say Upanishads are telling lie? Upanishads cannot be telling lie. Which of this is true is the question of Purva. So Vedantins, those who follow Vedanta, they take one of the approaches. They'll take Brahman has quality or Brahman has no quality. So Dvaita and Vishishta Advaita, they say Brahman has quality, Brahman has form. That's why I am separate from God. right? So that's where I remember a story from Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana, the spiritual meaning of Ramayana. There, Hanuman was asked, what is the relationship of Rama to you? Hanuman says, when I open my eyes and I experience the body, I feel Rama is separate from me. Rama is the master and I'm the servant. He is the boss, I'm the worker. And Rama established dharma. So I work for dharma when I open my eyes. So that's why Hanuman says, Dasoham, I am the servant of God. Then Hanuman says, when I close my eyes, I feel very close to Rama, because now form has disappeared, physical form has disappeared. Mentally, I'm close to Rama. Mentally, I'm close to Rama means Rama is my relationship. I am related to Rama. How I am related to Rama? I and Rama are related. Rama is great, I am small, but I am related. Then I close my eyes and meditate. So then, when I enter into Samadhi, I am not there, only Rama is there. So these are the three states of experience which Hanuman describes his relation to Rama. So then when I am in Samadhi, then Atma Rama only is there. I am not there. So when here Hanuman says, when I open my eyes, I see Rama as a Rama standing in front of me. He is the master, I am the servant, I am separate from him. So then that's why I am Dasoham. Okay. I am he. I am servant of him. So that's what Madhvacharya said. When we experience separation from the world, okay, we have to say, I am the servant of God. We should not live like a king. Wait, yeah. Wait, no. Still, I'm trying to. Okay. So, I am servant of God. This is how we have to live. That's what Madhvacharya said. This is called Dvaita. Dvaita says duality is clear, separation. That's our experience, day-to-day experience. But in duality, we have to live as a servant of God. That's why in Madhva Parampara, if you look at it, Purandara Dasa, Kanaka Dasa, all are called Dasa, servant of God. That means we when I have body consciousness, I work for dharma. As simple. Okay. Then that is called Dvaita. Dvaita is I am conscious of my body. That's why I'm separate from God. Because when the moment you have become body, you're separate from existence. But then you should not live I am separate. You should live as if I am servant of God. I am Dasa. That's called Dvaita. So then comes next level called Vishishtadvaita. Vishishtadvaita, when I meditate, I'm in the mental plane. Still there's ego. I'm a meditator, ego is there. Then mind has become silent. I feel more connected to God in the form of Rama, means Ananda, happiness. So then I'm part of Rama, but I'm separate entity. It's like a leaf is a part of the tree, still is connected to the tree. This is called Vishishtadvaita. Vishishtadvaita means, Vishishta means, Advaita means you are non-dual. You are one with the God, you are one with Brahman, but still you are separate. Right? Compared to Dvaita, there is a separation, complete separation. In Vishishtadvaita, you are separate from God, but still there is a separation. Like a leaf is connected to a tree. You are small, God is, Ishvara is big. So because in meditation, there's still a ego. I am the meditator. No, many people say, I meditate every day. So I meditate every day. The meditator is there. I is there. Understand? So that's the Vishishtadvaita. Then in Vishishtadvaita, what happens? You develop divine qualities in you. You are closer to God. All right? Then comes the next stage where you are entered into Samadhi. Then there's no I. It's like a deep sleep state. Deep sleep state, there's no, no one says, I am there. Existence is there. So then Rama alone is there. That's called Advaita. So this way, the three stages, Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, these three are explained through story of Adhyatma Ramayana. Okay. Now, are there three different realities? Are we experiencing three different realities? Is there three different things are there? Same Rama is a master servant, and when I have body conscious, same Rama is related to me when I'm meditating. Same Rama is my Atma when I'm Samadhi. One reality appears at three different ways of experiencing. One reality will is the one. Who is Rama then? Rama is the Atma. Atma is formless. That's why when you enter into Samadhi, there's no form. So this question, is reality or Brahman dual, has a form or not form, depends on the questioner. Where is he looking at it from? If you are looking at reality from sense organs, it has definitely a form because sense organs give the form. Right? If you look at reality from the mind from point of view, it is related, connected, because the world is nothing but thought in your mind. If you relate it beyond the mind, there's no form. So the questioner, where is he standing and asking the question is the that gives answer is that. So from this point of view, when we are body conscious, always, even after Jnana, a Jnani also lives as if I am a servant of God. Dasoham. That's why Jnani gets involved in Dharma. Dasoham. I am servant of God. So when you are meditating as Soham, Vishishtadvaita. I and here one. Still I is there, he is there. That's called Vishishtadvaita. I am one with God, but still separate because I am there. Saha, Aham, both are there. Then when you come to Samadhi, there's nothing to speak. Silence. Because there's one who speaks has become silent. Merge. Nirguna Nirakara. So now Dasoham has become Soham when you meditate and silence in Samadhi. The questioner is asking, which of this is true? All of this is true depending on where you are looking at. It is like a scientist, when he looks at water, it looks something to drink. When he looks at the microscope, it looks as atoms and molecules. When he looks at a powerful electron microscope, it is packets of energy. So what is water? Is water water? Is it water hydrogen or oxygen? Or is water packets of energy? The same reality, different viewpoints, it appears as different. Then what is reality? That question. Tell me, is there something real? When Upanishad themselves are saying Brahman has Saguna and Nirguna, form and formless, please tell me which is true. Is the question clear? So now, what is the concept of Mukti? Mukti also varies in Advaita, Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita. Remember, Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita say there's a form. There's separation from God. This separation from God cannot be erased. It's always there. So Mukti in Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita means going to Vaikuntha Loka and being with Brahman, whatever your Ishta Devata is. Krishna, Rama, or Shiva, whatever Ishta Devata, you be with that Ishtadevata. That's called Mukti. In case of Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita. In case of Shankaracharya or Advaita, Mukti means realization of Jivatma, Paramatma, Ekatva. Nirguna Brahma. In case of Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita, Mukti means being one with being closer to Saguna Brahma. Whereas in case of Advaita, realizing oneness, non-duality or formless nature of Brahman, so that your identity as an individual is not there. So the concept of Mukti is different. Now, why this concept is coming? Please understand, our Upanishad and Vedanta have 4 sections, different sections. Karma Kanda is the first section of Veda. Then comes the Upasana Kanda, meditation. Then comes the Jnana Kanda. So Karma Kanda is about 95% of Upanishads. Upasana Kanda is about another 3-4%. And Jnana Kanda is 1%. Why this is there? Because the world people, most of the people are body conscious. They don't even bother about Brahman. For them, success in life is important. How do I become successful? How do I have children? How do I get a good business? How do I make money? How do I go to heaven? This is the question. For them, Karma Kanda, because this 95% of people are in that level only. Huh? Okay, whatever is that, right? So then some people move into Upasana Kanda, meditation. I want to realize God. They start meditation. In the meditation also there is ego. I is there, God is there. Soham. That Soham meditation is, I am one with God. Constantly you're thinking, I am one with God. Soham, Soham, Soham. That's why you must have seen people chanting Soham, Soham, Soham millions of times. Right? Then, when you realize God, there's nobody to speak of Soham. Silence. So, Dvaita and Vishishtadvaita, Dvaita refers to Karma Kanda section. In Karma Kanda, Dvaita says Karma Kanda is there for ritual, Kamya Karma. But the same Karma Kanda, you do it as a Nishkama Karma, yoga. Then you'll get purified. Karma Kanda or rituals you can do for benefit. A puja you can do for benefit of your children, family, money, health, wealth. Or a puja you can do, same puja you can do to purify yourself. Then it becomes Karma Yoga. So Karma Kanda portion, Dvaita focus on do Karma Yoga, do Dharma, get involved in service. That's why all people in the Dvaita Parampara, they say, Dasoham, Purandadasa, Kanakadasa, I am servant of God. Because I am body conscious. That's my reality. Okay. So then comes the Upasana Kanda or meditation. What will you do? You meditate your relationship to God. I am connected to God. So that comes the Upasana Kanda, next section of Veda. Somebody has progression in Karma Yoga can go into Upasana. Then Upasana and Karma Yoga purifies a person, then he prepares for Jnana. So that's why Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita, they are actually teachings of Vedas in some sequence. Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? No. In which stage of life you are? That you have to follow. But is there finally something right? That's called Jnana. Final. In Jnana is about Nirguna Brahma. So the Veda Upanishads, when they teach Saguna Brahma, they are teaching about for Upasana purpose or Karma Yoga purpose. Upasana and Karma Yoga, teaching is required. That's where we are describing the qualities of Brahman. In Madhvacharya's teachings, which is Dvaita, or Ramanujacharya teaching, Vishishtadvaita, God has a form. Shankha Chakra Gada Padma form. He is Vaikuntha Vasi, Vaikuntha Loka Vasi. He has a form. And he is Sakala Kalyana Guna Paripurna. All good qualities are there in compassion, love, okay, and dharma. All these things are there in Saguna Brahma. The God has all qualities, Saguna. Then you will ask the same people, Dvaita and Vishishta Dvaita. Then Upanishads are saying also Nirguna Brahma. Yes, yes, yes. For them, Nirguna Brahma means God has no negative quality. Nirguna means no negative quality. That's what they say. Saguna means all positive qualities are there. Nirguna means not formless. Nirguna means no negative qualities. Not a single negative quality is found in God. That's what is Brahman. So then they say, you don't have to worry about Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma. There's only one Brahma. All the Upanishads are speaking of Saguna Brahma, who has all good qualities. Sakala Ananta Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Nirguna means no negative qualities are there. So which Brahman you are speaking? You are speaking of Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. There's only one Brahma. Brahman. You don't have to worry about Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma. There's only one reality. Upanishads are speaking of Brahman only. It's Saguna and Nirguna. There's only Guna. So I'm always separate from God. I'm related to God. I'm servant of God. I do meditation on God. I go closer to God. The going to the closer to the God in Dvaita, duality, and Vishishta Dvaita has 4 stages. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya. So I'm closer to God. Salokya. Samipya means Salokya means I'm in the same world as God. It's like I'm in Bangalore, Prime Minister. I'm in India, Prime Minister is in Delhi, but still I'm in Bangalore. Like that, I'm in the loka of Vishnu, Vaikunta. That's called Salokya. Huh? No, I'm saying Salokya Mukti means I'll be in the loka of Vaikunta, Vishnu. So that while Upasana also they will visualize the God is in my loka. Samipya means I'm very close to God. Now, not only it's like I'm in the Prime Minister in Delhi, I'm in India, which is the country of Prime Minister, Salokya. No. I'm very close to Prime Minister. I'm actually one of the close associate of, I'm in the Prime Minister's office. Like that, I'm very close to Lord. I'm the servant of Lord. Samipya. Okay. Then called Sarupya. So now I'm no longer closer to God. I'm almost like God only. I have got the qualities of God. Sarupya. Okay. Sarupya means the divine qualities are there in more quality. It's more. Like that, you're progressively a bhakta moves towards God. Then Sayujya. Sayujya means I will become one with God. Now, in Sayujya also, okay, he says I will become one with God, but still I'm separate. Because eyes are one with the body, but eyes are still separate from the body. Like that, I'll become one with God. Sayujya. Both Dvaita and Vishishta Dvaita. The mukti happens in Krama Mukti. It's called Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya. Sayujya Mukti, they say Jiva retains still individuality and still with the one with God. Sayujya means the merger with God happens, still retaining individuality. Okay. Let us say I to put a drop of water into ocean. Correct? Is a drop of water is there for you? No. Huh? You see one ocean, but the drop of water knows I'm in the ocean. I'm separate from you. In that sense, he says one with God, but still separate from God. Okay, this is the concept of mukti is different from Advaita to Vishishta Dvaita. So in Vishishta Dvaita, the mukti is Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sayujya. In Sayujya also is like you are merged with God, but still you are separate from God. In the sense conceptually. Okay. Whereas for them, for this Dvaita oriented approach, Upasana, Karma Yoga and Upasana is the highest. They speak of Karma Yoga and Upasana only. Right? For them, Nirguna means God has no negative quality. We are not speaking of Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Only one God we are speaking of. Nirguna Brahma means no qualities. No negative qualities. It's not that no No formula. It's not about formulas. No negative qualities are there in God, Brahman. Is it clear? So Mukti concept is different. Then comes the Advaita. In Advaita, we say Dvaita is your day-to-day experience. Duality is day-to-day experience. If your Dvaita is your day-to-day experience, why should Vedas come and tell you something? Because it's already experience. Ordinary experience, I don't have to explain to you. What is not there in understanding, only I can explain to you. So that's why the Advaitins say the reality is formless and non-dual. Vedas are there to explain to you what is not your common understanding, what is your misunderstanding of life. That correction Vedas are there. That's why duality is mithya, unreal, non-duality is satya, Advaita is satya. Why should I explain to you what is obvious to you? You should have to mind and sense organs. You already feel that you are separate from God. Why should I explain to you? You are already separate, feeling I am separate from the world. Why should I explain to you? What is the point of Vedas to explain to you? Already there is separation. Why Vedas have to spend time and energy on explaining to you what is already there? They are trying to explain to you what is not obvious to you, the non-duality. And that realization is jnana only for Vishishta Advaita. Advaita, jnana alone can give mukti. What is jnana? Advaita jnana, non-dual reality, realization, nirguna Brahma. Is the distinction clear? Then when you realize nirguna Brahma, there is no trace of individuality left. Only Brahman is there. Okay, is it clear? Now the question comes to Advaita people. So then why Dvaita people who explain to Nirguna Brahma very clearly. Saguna means all good qualities are in God. Okay. Can you people keep a mobile slightly? This thing I'm distracted, getting distracted. Sound and so if all divine qualities are there, that's why Brahman is Ananta Kalyana Guna Paripurna, means perfect with all Guna qualities. That's why it's Saguna Brahma. Upanishad description Nirguna Brahma is Brahman has zero negative qualities. That's why it's Nirguna. So both are explained in only Saguna Brahma. Brahman is form. So then if you ask the same question to Advaitins, they'll say Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma is the manifestation or Vyavaharika level for Brahman. Brahman as Ishvara, one who is the controller of the world. He is Saguna Brahma. And the essential nature of Brahman, Ishvara and universe is Brahman, Nirguna Brahma. These intrinsic attribute. So these are extrinsic attribute, means superimposed attribute, Brahman is Saguna. So Nirguna is the reality, Saguna is the appearance of Brahman. So Advaitins say Ishvara is the appearance of Brahman, but what appears the reality is intrinsic nature is Nirguna, formless. And only to a way to understand the formless is through Dana. Then what is the role of Upasana and Karmakanda for Advaitins? That's the purification. You have to get purified to become eligible for Dana. Otherwise, you can't get the Dana. Purify the mind. Chitta Shuddhi. So Upasana is required. Advaitins also don't deny Karmakanda, Karma Yoga, Upasana. But they say Karmakanda, Karma Yoga, Upasana is to purify your mind, to prepare for Dnana Kanda. Dnana. Dnana is non-dual reality, formless reality. So they say formless reality alone is Satya. And everything else is Mithya. Mithya means appearance. Appearance is not real. But what is real is Nirguna. So distinction is clear. Now the question comes, if reality is Brahman, why Saguna Brahmana is explained in Veda, Upanishads? Saguna Brahman is given in Upanishads because you are feeling you are individual and you are feeling you are separate from the world. The sense of separation is there for you. And you feel God is almighty, infinite. So for the purpose of prayer, you cannot pray to Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma, there is no prayer possible. Nirguna Brahma, only silence is possible. Silence is the only prayer for Nirguna Brahma. Saguna Brahma, because you feel you are Saguna. Jiva is feeling I am Saguna. I am the body, I am the mind, I am intellect, I am feeling. For you, first you have to understand you are Nirguna. Jiva is Nirguna. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are intellect, you have to understand. Then you have to understand Brahman is also Nirguna. Then you are one at that level, you have to understand. Till that understand, there is a sense of separation is there for you. So then, the same Nirguna Brahma, you pray in the form of Saguna Brahma. Because prayer can be for Saguna Brahma. Prayer cannot be for Nirguna Brahma. For Nirguna Brahma, only silence is the prayer. Yeah. Nirguna Nirakara say. Right? So, Advaita say, Upanishads are right. Upanishads are giving, depending on your level of evolution, to do Karma Yoga, Upasana to purify yourself, and prepare for Jnana. Jnana is final. For Upasana purpose and Karma Yoga purpose, Ishvara is told with form. Because you have feel you have a form. You cannot visualize what is formless. Okay. So then the next question comes, has the Brahman form has become formless? So you are saying in Upanishad, Ishvara is formless, form and formless. So the form, Ishvara is form becomes formless, or formless Ishvara becomes form, and sometimes he changes to formless. I mean, he keeps on changing. Here, if Ishvara changes the form, Brahman changes the form to become Ishvara, Saguna Brahma, then no longer Nirguna Brahma is there. Formless is not possible. It's already changed. Formless is destroyed. Like milk becoming curd. When the milk becomes curd, no longer milk is there. Possible, no reversible. So the Purvapakshi is saying, once upon a time, Brahman was Nirguna Brahma, then he became Saguna Brahma. Then no longer Nirguna Brahma is there. Like milk has become curd. The answer is no. Same Saguna Nirguna Brahma appears as Saguna Brahma for a devotee, Bhakta. That's why Puranas are full of devotees praying in various ways. For Dhruva, Vishnu appeared as Sankachakra Gada Padma. For Prahlada, Vishnu appeared as Narasimha, Saguna form. Okay. So for devotee, the same Nirguna Brahma appears as Saguna Brahma, but his real nature is Nirguna. For Upasana purpose, Saguna Brahma is explained. Because our mind cannot think of Nirguna Brahma and do prayer. The prayer is possible for only Saguna. For example, go and talk to the air. You cannot talk to the air because there's nobody there. Whereas you can talk to a person, friend, because there's somebody. So in that sense, Saguna Brahma, you can do a prayer. Nirguna Brahma, you can do only silence is the prayer. Samadhi is the prayer. That's why Shankaracharya says, throughout the Upanishad, Brahman is described as Nirguna only. Saguna Brahman is given as for Upasana purpose. But is Saguna Brahma there? Yes, Nirguna Brahma appears as Saguna Brahma. But it has not changed into Saguna Brahma. Like milk has changed into curd. Then how? Water appears as a wave. Has water changed? It appears as a wave. Water doesn't change into wave. Gold appears as necklace. Gold doesn't change. Gold is gold only. Right? So Saguna Brahma is the appearance of Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma is inherent quality or is intrinsic quality. Saguna Brahma is a mithya appearance. Mithya means appearance. So Sri Lanka quotes Upanishad Vakya, Katha Upanishad 1.3.15. No sound, no touch, no form, no decay is the nature of Brahman. There is no form is the nature of Brahman. Kathopanishad. So Upanishads give Nirguna Brahma for Jnana, Saguna Brahma for Upasana. Upasana is for purification, Nirguna Brahma for realization. Is this clear? With respect to each form, Shruti declares the opposite also. See, when Shruti, when scriptures tell of qualities of God, it will declare the opposite quality also. Ano, Raniyan, Mahatomayan, smaller than smallest and bigger than biggest. Okay. Hence, the Brahman of two forms, Brahman is of two forms is not true because two opposite qualities cannot be there. Brahman is formless. Some branches of scripture teaches us that what Brahman is Nirguna directly. 330 and 331 sloka. So Purvapakshi says, you mean to say Upanishad speaking of Saguna Brahma and Nirguna Brahma, are Upanishad lying? Are they telling contradictory? Saguna and Nirguna cannot be same simultaneously true. A thing cannot be big and small simultaneously true. A hot and cold fire is not possible. The opposites are told about the quality of Brahman. Then the Siddhanti says, no. The Brahman quality is told for meditation purpose because meditation requires a mind. Meditation is always the mental domain. Upasana or meditation is the mental domain. We need a visualization. You cannot visualize formless. Of course, formless upasanas are there. That's called Nirguna Upasana. But most of the people require a form for meditation. Okay. That's why Upanishads are saying he has four Chatushpada, 4 feet, 16 kalas. Okay. So whole entire world is his body. He is Vishwarupa or Vaishwanara. Like that, Upanishad give a form to the God, form to Brahman. For Upasana purpose. For Upasana, prayer, Karma Yoga purpose. Right? For the purpose of Upasana, Karma Yoga, still there is a visualization required because our mind has to think. See, I am doing work. I am doing work for boss. Who is the boss? Ishvara is the boss. Ishvara is a form. That's the meaning. Right? Every such form is a upadhi, conditioning superimposed on Ishvara. Ishvara is not a Brahman. Every such form is a conditioning superimposed on Brahman. The forms do not belong to, the form is not essential nature, intrinsic nature. It is a superimposed. So, for example, what is the nature of water? Water is cool. Then you heat water. The water becomes hot. The hot heat of the water is not intrinsic nature of water. It is borrowed from fire. Water appears to be hot. Give some time, it will cool down. Cold water is there. The nature, intrinsic nature of water is cold. Fire is superimposed on water. Similarly, upadhis are conditioning superimposed on Brahman. Brahman is Saguna Brahma. When the conditioning is removed through logic, understanding, clarity, the Brahman is Nirguna, formless. So the example given is, and why that's so? Okay, there is a Vakya in Brahadana Upanishad. The shining, self-luminous, immortal being who is in the earth is in the body also. Who is in the earth? See, the Brahman is in the earth as existence. He is in you as consciousness. Correct? So now Upanishads are saying Brahman in the earth is different from Brahman in your body. Same Brahman is there, same self is there, both. Same self is there in both places. Now, if earth is so big, your body is so small, how can the same Brahman be in both the places? That is possible only if it is formless. If it has a form of the earth, then it cannot be. Then the big Brahman cannot be in small Brahman, small body. Are you clear? The Upanishad Vakya is saying, the one shining immortal being, self-luminous shining immortal being, Brahman, is in the earth and is in your body. It is the Atma. Brahadanika 2.5.1. Now you have to see two here. Earth is inert, Jada. So Brahman is there in that. Okay. And your body is small. How big you are? You are compared to earth, you are a very tiny little being. The same Brahman is there.
Physically, because it's formless, it can take
Big base, it cannot, it is appearing in that form. Form is superimposed. It cannot take it doesn't take any form. Form is superimposed on it. Okay. So if same Brahman is there, earth is Jada, inert, and you are conscious, same Brahman is there means what? If Brahman has the form of the earth, then we worship Brahman as Bhudevi. Right? So earth is superimposed on Brahman. That's why it's called Bhudevi. But Brahman itself is not an earth. That's why Brahman can be in the big earth, and in you, same Brahman can be there. Self, Atma. Otherwise, not possible. If the God has the form of one thing, he cannot have the form of another thing. Right? How Brahman is on the earth? Earth exists. The sun exists. The moon exists. Existence is the form. Brahman exists. Existence is the nature of Brahman. I exist. So Brahman is in me as existence. Brahman is in the earth as existence. Existence is the nature of Brahman. Sat. Atma darshanam. Brahma darshanam. Brahma darshanam. Satya darshanam. Nature of Brahman is Sat. Satya. Sat means existence. Existence there everywhere. In space there is existence. Space there is nothing. Is there existence? But nothing exists. Existence is there everywhere. Existence is formless. We cannot see the existence. When we have to see the existence appears as form. Existence appears as objects. The flower, the sun, the moon is a form. The existence appears in the form. We cannot see the existence because existence is formless. Form is because of sense organs cannot see the formless. Mind cannot see the formless. Sense organs and minds are conceptualizing the form. The formless appears as form because sense organs and mind. Existence appears as a body, mind, and thoughts. You cannot see the existence. You are seeing the existence in the form of object. Okay. Objects are mithya, but existence is not mithya. Existence is satya. That's why Brahma darshanam, Satya darshanam. So Atma darshanam, to see the self, Atma darshanam, Brahma darshanam. Here both in this sentence both are given. Your inner self is same as Brahman, what is there in present in earth, totality. Atma darshanam, Brahma darshanam. Brahma darshanam, Satya darshanam, that's existence, Sat. So that's why he says in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarva bhutanam Hriday Arjuna tishtati. Ishvara is there in heart of everybody. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtanta parameshwaram. In all living is sama, equal pramana. That's nothing more, nothing less. Oh, I am a great man. Great man has more God, and a beggar or a poor man or a sinner has less God. No. They're speaking of the original, right? Ant and elephant have same amount of God. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu. How is this thing? Ant exists, elephant exists. Existence is same. Okay. Sun exists. The amount existence is God, Brahman. Sat. Same Brahman everywhere. If Brahman has a form, then he cannot be everywhere. Because each form is different. So Upanishad is speaking of formless reality only because of this reason. Then forms are superimposed on that. It's called Upadhi. Then Upanishads tell very clearly, gives a danger. He goes from death to death who sees the difference in Brahman. Understand? The moment you say Dvaita, duality, you go to death to death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatre shayanam, iha samsare, bhaus dusare, krapaya pare, bahi pahi murare. Where you see duality, you're finished. Where you see duality, there is always hatred. Where you see duality, there is a tension. Where you see duality, there is fear. Where you see duality, there is anxiety. Forget about God. This person is different from me. Then there's a hatred. Wherever your emotional disturbance are there, please understand it's coming because of duality. You're seeing separate person separate from you. That person is not separate from you. That innermost reality of that person is Brahman, you. One reality. That's why you do namaskar. We do just namaskar. Okay, shake hand. Namaskar means God in you, God in me is existence. Existence in you, existence means one. One God is there. I bow down to the God. My ego I am dropping. Do you do namaskar? Everywhere you're seeing God. That's called namaskara. So how do you know namaskara? Both at the chest level. Bend your head. Head bending means drop the ego. Ego says, I am separate from you, you separate from me. At the heart level, feeling level, there is existence I feel. Existence one. God, one God in me and one God I respect. Do you do that? When you don't do that, when you don't respect the God in other person, there's a hatred, there's a jealousy, there's negative quality you see. That's called Asuri Sampati. We develop Asuri Sampati. We see the one God in everybody, then we develop Devi Sampati, divine qualities. Love, compassion, peace, wisdom. What do you develop in your life? That's why Upanishads give a warning to us. He who sees duality, separation, goes from death to death. Kathopanishad 1.4.11, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 4.4.19. Duality is the cause of suffering in this life. Duality is the cause of multiple lifetimes. Punarapi jananam. Duality develops the Asuri Sampati in you. Seeing the oneness develops the Devi Sampati in you. This is clear? Sutra 332. Verily, Brahman is only formless on account of that being the main purport of all texts of Brahma, Vedanta. Vedanta main theme is Brahman is Nirguna. Saguna Brahma is given for Upasana purpose, is told for Upasana purpose and Karma Yoga purpose, for purifying ourselves. So, another example given, as light assumes the form when they come in contact with the object. Okay. So light forms on the mango. Light assumes the form of the mango, but nothing has happened to the light. Nothing, no change happened in the light. Light appears to be assuming the form of mango. Right? What we are seeing is a reflection of light. Light seems to assume the form of mango, but light, nothing has happened to light. Light, nothing can happen to light. Because of the connection Upadhi, Brahman appears to have taken the form. Right? That's why the Upanishads say the Brahman has taken the form, Brahman has changed in the form, is meaningless. Brahman cannot change the meaning. Light in contact with the object, takes the form of the object. Nothing happens to light. Brahman is non-dual, and hence example of multiplicity of reflection of one sun in water is not relevant. Then the Purva Pakshi comes and says now something else. This is 334. So then example given is Brahman is sun is one, reflection of suns are many. Okay, Chidabhasa is many. So Purva Pakshi comes and says, how can you say Brahman is non-dual and this reflection? That non-dual, there cannot be reflection. For reflection to happen, something separate should be there. Is the question clear? You are giving a wrong example. Reflection of Brahman, you are saying. How can Brahman have reflection? Because there's nothing other than Brahman you are saying. Brahman is non-dual, you are saying. How can there be reflection? For reflection of face, mirror is required. Mirror is separate from me. How can there be anything separate from Brahman? Either you say Brahman, there is something separate from Brahman, or you say there is no separate from Brahman. If you say no separate from Brahman, no reflection is possible. No world is appearance possible. Is logic of Purva clear? Do you have such questions? The answer will not be given today. Answer will be given tomorrow. Next class. Okay. So then the Siddhanti says, Upanishads are teaching Advaita, non-duality, because duality is a day-to-day experience. Why Upanishads have come and specifically teach what your experience is? So you are going to music class because you don't know music. If you know music, why will you go to music class? If you don't know English, you will go to English class. If you already know duality is reality, then why Upanishads have to teach you? Upanishads are teaching you something which you don't know. The non-teaching is non-duality. For teaching separation, Upanishads are not required. Upanishads also speak Brahman is consciousness, Sat, Chit, Ananda, Akhanda, Nirakara, Nirguna. Everything else is denied in the Upanishad. That's the theme of Upanishad. You don't know Brahman is Nirakara, Nirguna, and you are Brahman, you don't know. So Upanishads are teaching what you don't know. If what you know already, why should you teach? I'm separate from God. God is great. What is there to teach? Okay. So the example given is, okay, then the forms are there. Why Upanishads are telling about form of God? Sunlight spreads on the objects. A mango, a reflection of mango, sunlight reflects on mango, and sunlight appears to have taken the form of mango. Appears to have, upadhi. But sunlight has not become changed. Nothing, no change happens in sunlight. Reflection only appears, reflection of sunlight appears only like a mango. Similarly, sunlight falls on water, there's a reflection. Sunlight falls on a tree, sunlight appears to be like a tree, but nothing has happened to sunlight. Sunlight is independent. Similarly, Brahman's reflection on different things appears as different forms. Upadhis are giving a feeling of form. So Brahman with Upadhi is called Saguna Brahma. Saguna is Mithya, Nirguna is Satya. Then why it's told, this Shruti or Upanishads tell two types of statements. One type of statement is for Upasana purpose, it's called Anuvada Vakyam. Then another type of statement is for Jnana Vakyam, Pramana Vakyam, it's called Pramana Vakya. Tattvamasi is a Pramana Vakya. Aham Brahmasmi is a Pramana Vakya. Pramana Vakya is Jnana. So two types of statements are there in Upanishads. One is for Upasana or meditation purpose, Bhakti purpose, Karma Yoga purpose. They are called Anuvada Vakya. And other is Pramana Vakya, reality. So now the form is superimposition of Upadhi on Brahman, that's called Saguna. Like mango, sunlight reflecting on mango, sunlight appears to be like a mango, but mango, light has not taken the form of mango. Appears to be like that. It's called Upadhi superimposition, makes it happen. A glass of water, keep a red flower, the water appears red. But nothing has happened to water. Upadhi is superimposed. Like that, Upadhi is superimposed of Brahman. Brahman is superimposed of Upadhi. It's called Saguna Brahma. Now the Purva comes and says, my objections are for your this thing. You are saying Brahman is non-dual, Advaita, right? That means nothing other than Brahman is possible. How can there be a reflecting surface? For reflecting surface to be there, then separation should be required. So you say, in mirror, I am seeing my face, reflection. Mirror is separate from me. I know, understand. There is a reflection possible. If everything is Brahman, where is the reflection possible? There is no reflection possible. Then you have to say accept duality. If you accept duality, you accept my viewpoint that Brahman is dual, Brahman is form. Is the question of Purva clear? So we'll find the answer in the next class. Where is the reflection in Brahman? Okay, let us close our eyes. Sit silently, close your eyes. Let us contemplate on the teachings of Upanishad Brahmasutra today. There's always a question of Brahman or God has form or formless. Various Upanishads are giving both the descriptions of Brahman, form and formless. Now, why Upanishads are giving form and formless? The essential teaching of Vedanta is Advaita, non-duality. Dvaita is our day-to-day experience. Duality is our day-to-day experience. There's no necessity to teach obvious. What is not obvious has to be taught. Jivatma, Paramatma, Ekatvam has to be taught. That's Advaita. Jiva, Brahma, Ekatvam, Ishvara, Jiva, Ishvara, Ekatvam has to be taught. That's Advaita. If it is so obvious, there's no need to teach. Upanishads are not here to teach you what you know. Upanishads are here to teach you what you don't know, which is Advaita. Then the question comes, why Upanishads speak of duality, the form for Ishvara and formless nature of Brahman. Form for Ishvara. Ishvara is described in Upanishad as Sakala Guna Kalyana Guna Paripurna. Ishvara is perfect. Ishvara establishes the perfect order. Nirguna means Ishvara is formless, there are no attributes. Which of this is true? Saguna Brahma, Ishvara is for our upasana. Same Nirguna Brahma, seen through our sense organs and the mind, is called Saguna Brahma. Seen through our concepts is called Saguna Brahma. The one reality seen as Saguna Brahma for upasana purpose, meditation purpose. Same Saguna Brahma is explained as Nirguna Brahma for Jnana, Advaita Jnana. Brahman is myself. Brahman is all pervading reality, formless reality. This is Jnana. Upasana and Karma Yoga prepare the mind, purify the mind, Chitta Shuddhi. Jnana brings the clarity. Purity and clarity helps you to realize the totality, Brahman. One reality called Brahman. The Brahman is the form of existence. Existence is same in all living beings. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. In ant, the elephant, sinner, the saint, the existence is same. But manifestation is different. Like electricity is same in the bulb, span everywhere. Manifest is different. Individual soul, individual jiva manifests the qualities of divine in different ways. But one Brahman is there everywhere. We have to see, respect that non-dual Brahman in everybody. That's the meaning of Namaskara. Upanishads warn us, wherever you see the duality, there's fear, there's anxiety, there's hatred, and repeated cycle of birth. So Upanishads tell us, realize Advaita Brahman, non-dual. How? To realizing that you are not the body, mind, and intellect. Nanu nanembudu nanalla, ideha manabuddhi nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivananu nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. My essential nature is pure consciousness. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya, Om Shanti, 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 Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivananunani, Shivoham, 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 Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam, Antarjyoti, Bahirjyoti, Pratyakjyoti, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmiham. I am the light of the self-awareness, Atma Jyoti. I am the light illuminating the world, Jagat Jyoti. I am light beyond all lights, Paran Jyoti. I am the light of love, compassion, and wisdom, self-luminous light, Swayam Jyoti. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gently rub both of your hands. Give warmth to the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. You can look at various website, YouTube channels of Light of Self Foundation. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you can go to the website. For children program, you can go to iLead channel. You can also share with your friends. Anybody has any questions? Unmute me. So was it clear? Any questions?
No question, Prabhuji. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Very good. Yes, Ramprakash, you are saying something?
For clarity. Okay. So everything is Brahman only. Sagana Brahma, Nirguna Brahma. So it will be easy for meditation if you go for if you select for Nirguna Brahma.
Yeah.
But I want the Salpa Dota at the beginning. When we say, when attribute the word appearance for the Brahman, there will be different forms in the world.
Yeah.
But afterwards you clarified it, so it's okay. Right. When we use the word appearance, Brahman appearance as the world.
Yeah, Brahman appearance as the world.
So different form in a mountain or
Yeah.
sea, water, and all. But it's like sun is appearing in different places.
Right.
So it got clarified.
Very good. So, if there are no questions, we'll close for the day. At 11:30, we'll start Kannada class.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.